Good morning and welcome to another one of Drew's Book Reviews. So today's book we are going to be reviewing Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. So this book originally published in the early 1700s, around 1725 I believe, it's become known as a classic story. There's been numerous different versions of this book put out, different movies. Of course, Jack Black has his movie version of Gulliver's Travels. But it's a lot more than just the little people of Lilliput. It talks about several different adventures that the author had. But first, of course, he's got the little people of Lilliput, then he's got the giants that he encounters, then he's got the kingdom with the flying island that he ends up encountering, as well as the kingdom ruled by horses, where horses are the people and people take on the role of horses, basically. So overall, I guess you could say it's kind of an adventure story of his different travels throughout the world. But one thing I did find amongst the stories is that it really repeats itself over and over. And what I mean by repeats itself is that whether it's the little people of Lilliput, the giants, the flying island city, or the horse people, it's the same story. First, he's distrusted, captured, gains the trust of the ruling elite of this mysterious land, and eventually has to be exiled for one reason or another. It's the same story repeated over and over again. The writing style is, well, honestly, it's pretty dull and boring. I did not enjoy it. It was really more of a recap of events than an actual storytelling. There wasn't a lot of intrigue in it. It wasn't a very captivating story. It was a chore just to get through this book. I don't know if it was this particular version or just the whole story in and of itself. Had some great ideas, but I just really thought it was poorly executed. It wasn't that well written. It wasn't a captivating story in the way it was told. It was just very much like you were summarizing something that happened. The author seemed to put no intrigue into his character. He had no desires. Like, he just constantly just accepted the reality of his situation. There was no motivation for him to escape. There was no motivation for him to find a way home, despite his several references back home to his family. More so, he came home to his family, spent some time with them, then set off on another adventure. But there was never any expectation. There was never any motivation for him to get home. It's like he just didn't care one way or the other, and as a result, there's really nothing at stake. Now, one of the things that was mentioned in Brandon Sanderson's Writing Excuses podcast, which I've listened to a few episodes, talked about there need to be stakes with the character. There need to be something at stake, something to motivate your characters to take on the challenge presented and overcome that. And there was literally nothing there. There's no establishment of any stakes. Nothing seemed to matter. It was just, this is what's happened and that's that. There was nothing there, and that for me really made it a poor execution of the story. I don't know why this is a classic. I don't know how it managed to survive the 300 plus years since its publishing or become a classic, because honestly, it wasn't. It was boring. It was a dull and poorly written book overall. Definitely give a big thumbs down to this. Just did not like it. And I wouldn't recommend this to anybody. It's just not worth reading, really. I mean, enjoy the modern day incantations. The movie's fine, but the book as a whole, just not worth reading. But have no fear. I have no doubt the next book will be much better. After all, it is by one of my favorite authors, Terry Goodkind. Up next will be Terry Goodkind's Nest. Really looking forward to getting into this book. Heard a lot of good things about it. Some people have given me some pretty good reviews on this. So looking forward to reading that. So as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. And stay tuned for the next episode of Drew's Book Reviews. As always, links to all my social media profiles will be in the description below. Thank you and have a great day.